Hello everyone. Uh, this is your host GilbertSzn from the GilbertSzn Show podcast. This is episode 26. This is an impromptu episode. I'm going to talk to you guys deeply about, um, in regards to the podcast, why I did it, when I did it, how I did it, and what drove me to do it. But before I talk about that, there's obviously more things to address. There's more important going on. Um, so initially, let me start with I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone gets through these tough times in the world going on today all over the world. Everybody's impacted with this pandemic that we have going on currently. With that being said, also I would like to also send my best regards to everybody affected by this, family members and whatnot. This is the time where we got to decide as a society: are we gonna stick with each other? Are we gonna support each other, uplift each other? Or are we just gonna be egotistic or selfish and whatnot? So yeah, that's that. Um, yeah, shit is wild. Um, Shit is really wild. This podcast, by the way, is be by myself, so it's just gonna be me, my thoughts, my opinions. Hopefully you guys could see a version of me through this. So this pandemic, the first time I heard it was like, if I'm not correct, it was around December. Sometime in December, I heard about it. I saw like a post on Facebook or something about where it started in Wuhan in China, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. But you never in the back of your mind, you never think about how like that's gonna affect the whole world. Like you think it's gonna be something more local, whatever the case is. But nah, that shit really affected everybody and everything. But what's I gonna say? Shit real, and that shit first started coming to America around like I would say January, February, and I feel like our president, whatever he is, I felt like, in my opinion, I feel like he could have done like this is outside of whether you like the nigga, whether you dislike the nigga, whether you hate Trump, whether you support Trump. I'm taking out of that of the equation because this is not what this is about. But in terms of action making, I feel like he messed up. I feel like he didn't take it as seriously. He didn't address the situation as serious. I feel like he didn't take the proper causes or steps into handling the situation. I feel like, in my opinion, if I was in his shoes, I wouldn't have closed the air transportation, like or airports within the country, no international flights. Um, address the situation sooner and give people, the citizens of America, a update, a sort of reassurance. And I feel like, pardon me, if it wasn't for the NBA, which suspended a game for the Jazz and Thunder game, if it wasn't for them, maybe things still wouldn't have been taken as serious, or we would not have been in a national state of emergency or in a lockdown. I feel like that kind of was like, okay, like, shit is real now. You know what I mean? And then every other business that establishment and sports organizations followed after that, like MLB, hockey. MLB was about to start its season; it should be starting by now. NBA was finishing the season, about to go to the playoffs. Same thing with hockey. Shit tough. WNBA coming soon. Basketball leagues worldwide and other places. The Olympic qualifiers, the actual Olympics this summer. Like you never know, there's mad shit affected by it. There's people affected by it. Um, Employees affected by it. Small businesses affected by it. Thousands of people losing their jobs. Certain people have the luxury of working from home, but then if you work from home, you don't always got the luxury of being in the right state of mind because maybe you have kids or maybe you have family. You know, at the right space, but you gotta make it work. You know what I mean? Um, at first too. Like you see people wearing masks, and you be like, "Damn, that's weird. That's different." But it got to a point where even I wear a mask, and that shit is crazy to me. That shit is wild. That shit is fucking wild. But shit, real. Like I said, um, yeah, everything happened so fast. And what are we? We in week four? Week four, about to be in week five since the the lockdown started, or since when the president and the government like addressed the country as like, yo, shit is here, shit is real. We gotta stay 6 feet from each other. Quarantine as like hard body. Stay indoors, stay indoors. We shutting out all businesses except essential work. Salute to them niggas, man. Them niggas work hard. Them niggas putting their life in danger right now to just make ends meet for their family, whatever the case is. But it's tough, man. Tough times. A lot of people are gonna come out of this lockdown, depressed, dealing with trauma. Some people may not have the best situation at home and not being forced to be at home. It's like wow. It's like wow. Um, what was I gonna say? But yeah, um, shit is real. Everybody's affected by it. It's a cycle. Went from China to Europe, Asia, then that shit came to America, and then that shit is in like South America now, Central America, the Caribbean, pretty much everywhere. Shit is real, and it could attack anybody. The virus doesn't discriminate by color, but what I would say, certain people statistically are proven that are more vulnerable to the virus. People with like pre-existing conditions. Not saying that if you don't, you might not have it, but it might not be as tough as in like death. Maybe you might have it, and you just gotta go through the symptoms and just fight it out, and eventually you won't have it. Some people are gonna die, sadly. Like I said, many people, many family members is gonna be affected by it. Shit real. Shit is fucking real. But hey, man, this is 2020. This is all the obstacles in front of us. This is what we gotta deal with. This is what we gotta go through with. Shit real. Like I keep saying, this shit is real. I had a situation just very recent, and I'm like, wow, you would have never thought that would happen to you, type shit, or like somebody close to you, and if that ass happens. So that's life. Shit is real. But we here. Also, this episode gonna be a little different, only with the format and like how I was gonna go about it. Like for the audio version, I'm not gonna have a soundtrack with this episode. Um, I don't think it's the right time for it or the right situation for that. It's more about the message that I'm trying to spread and whatnot. But again, man, I hope everybody takes the right precautions and how to go about this and comes out after this with a sense of reality check. Like, damn, we gotta appreciate our moments while we're here more. You know what I mean? Like, the next day is not guaranteed. Like, shit is real. Shit is fucking real. So, but enough of that, man. I feel like we've been dealing with so much like hard emotions these whole times. Um, you just gotta survive at this point. Just survive. Try to not lose your sanity. Try to stay here with your mind. If you have a certain hobby, work for it right now indoors. Be creative. There's the time for it. If you want, if you're not, it's understandable. It's cool. Yeah. I want to transition the convo now to in regards to the podcast. So I wasn't really planning to do a podcast right now, only because of the situation, and people go through stuff as well. Just me being vulnerable to whoever watches this or hears this. Um, but things happen, and how I look at it is that is either you could fold and you could always stay trapped in that bubble in your mind, or you could just do something about it or change something about it or make a difference. So this is what happened. I also want to shout out. This is the 2 year anniversary of when this podcast got started, April 2018. We're in April 2020. 2 years from now, 2 years, 2 years ago, we started this journey. And with everybody that has followed me through this journey, I appreciate you. Thank you for the new listeners, new viewerships. I thank you as well. The more the merrier. Um, and those who's been consistent. I definitely salute you guys. I do have things planned for you. I know I keep telling you guys this over episodes and episodes. I'm just waiting for the right situation to attack this matter. You know what I mean? And now with this pandemic going on, it kind of changes certain aspect of things. You know what I mean? Like gotta prioritize certain things over others. Um, I did make some steps right before this happened, like a couple weeks before like everything got serious out here in the world, to work on the podcast in terms of expanding it. Um, Perhaps bringing the team along to make this better content. Even though I think with every podcast it's been progress, but just create content efficiency, give you guys different minds, different perspectives, different views of people with different walks of life. You know what I mean? So that should be coming soon for sure. Um, I thought 25 episodes was a good place to stop and take a hiatus, to transition to the next phase of the podcast. But like I said, like this is an impromptu podcast episode. I feel like this is a lot that has to be talked about. And I feel like it's just a good time to address, the audience as well, and address myself as I'm speaking to you guys and as I'm listening to you guys. 2 years ago, what a journey! What a journey! And me looking back at it, I would have never thought about like, damn, I'm really gonna continue this. Damn, am I really comfortable with people listening to my opinion or a piece of my mind and whatnot? No money, man. I look mad scruffy. Niggas need a fucking cut. That shit is closed. It's not the time for it. But it's alright, man. We're gonna wolf it out. We gonna we gonna do some things, but we alright, man. We gonna survive. But back to the thing. Um, yeah, I would have never thought about like, damn, I'll make it this far, and I feel like I wish I would have put more content out. Let me not say I wish because I feel like there's a reason for everything, but I aimed for that. But I feel like 25 episodes or 26 with this one is plenty, so far, like in terms of catalog and things to say. Because I was looking for like different type of guests to appear on the show to give the listeners different type of mindsets, different walks of life. So that took some time to find the right person for a right episode and whatnot. And then there's certain people that have asked me, so I should reach out back to you soon. But I might change something in regards to that going forward. But yeah, back to what I was talking about. I was gonna say the podcast. It got created in 2018. I would say the thoughts and the idea was probably coming to work sometime around February, March 2018. Because at that time, I would say I was going through some personal things. But yeah, I just feel like I was in college and I lost one of my hobbies growing up, which I always mention is baseball. But I didn't have that thing where in college I'll be like, damn, like what do I really want to do? What is it that I want to make different? What is it that I want to be known for? What is it that I want to work on for myself? So over time, I started noticing that I was very, opinionated in certain things. I have an opinion whether I agree or disagree, and I try to back it up with substantial facts or like numbers or X, Y, and Z. Just to give an example, right? So then, um, I was like, damn, how can I put this in a way that I could be a platform for other people's and whatnot? So I was like, fuck it, let me do a podcast, and I started looking at other podcasts over the months, and then over the months, as I started doing podcasts, damn man, sorry, I keep getting distracted, but over the months, um, I started thinking, I was like, yo, how can I find a way to put this in a platform? How can I be like a sort of an assistance to voice of the voiceless and also bring people along this journey where they could come by, speak about a topic, have an opinion, whether they agree or disagree. because I feel like a lot of people do have things to say, a lot of substances. So that's that. So I just created it, and I feel like I got a good response from it and a good idea from it. So I just started going forward with it, and I feel like as I was putting myself in situations in person too, where I would get comfortable with my voice, because I feel like this is a very voice comfortable setting. So it's like if you're not comfortable with your voice, it's gonna be type hard to do a podcast. But yeah, I was always getting influenced with watching different types of podcasts online on YouTube, learning about certain things, certain niches, certain concepts, and whatnot. So you started going forward with it, and this is where we at today. 2 years in the making, and we're not done. We have more room to grow. Taking some wine. We have more room to grow. Expansion. I feel like expansion is really big on me right now. I feel like that's what I'm aiming for, and I'm really trying to, you know, make this known eventually. This podcast for real, like for real, for real. Try to take the necessary steps, meet the right people, bring in the right people as well. That's really important for me. That's what it's taking me so long to find a team or find people that I feel like could work with me, not for me, because this is a teamwork environment. Nobody's on top of the other, but a team. Because I feel like you gotta find people that are willing to work towards the same goals as you, or you work towards the same goals as them, towards the same direction with the same mission. You know what I mean? And that's not everybody, and that's okay too. For real, that's okay. Everybody got their own type of thing, but um, I do want to address that. I am gonna be making apparel for my viewership people and my fans and whoever supports the podcast. And most of the earnings, if there is any, they're gonna go back to the podcast, to fund it and get better equipment and better everything, better apparel, better content, better efficiency, better views camera wise. I want to get a better camera to display for everybody. You know, make it right, and just have my ideas expand and bounce back and forth and stuff. That's really what's in the works. Um, Also putting this platform in different types of platforms, such as like Apple Podcast or Spotify Podcast, accessible to the audience. That's what I want to work on right now. So this is the year for me to grow, the year for me to reevaluate, the year for me to see what I could improve, what's been good, what works, what doesn't, so I can make those changes or those additions. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, and every guest, I'm glad that every guest that's come here, they have told they shit as I encourage them to do so. Stuff like that is important. It's necessary. Oh man, this little wine is kicking in right now. It's a little feeling a little nice. But we're here though. And for those that are concerned in regards to me right now, I mean, it's not the best. You know, I don't feel the best right now, but I could feel much worse than what I am right now for sure. And we're gonna bounce back, and chapter two is loading. I'm not gonna get into what that means, but chapter two is loading, and this is the next phase of my life. That's how I look at it. It's a transition phase. But we're here, man. We surviving. Keeping our head up. Um, Striving for greatness. Time is now. Be there for people that support you. Be there for people that really care for you, and vice versa. You be there for them, and just try to aim every day to be the best version of yourself. And any progress, whether it's 100%, when it's 1%, half a percent, it's progress. Don't look at it always as a negative either. Yeah, don't look at it as a negative. Um, Something that I've been doing lately as well, just to give you guys an update of my life, I guess. Me and a couple friends, we started in the group chat. We started a concept, and the concept that we started is creating an Apple playlist and update it every week. Well, I'm updating it every week, and it's just a way for us to express ourselves, or maybe it's music that inspires us, or whatever the case is. And I promote it through social media. Some people have listened. Some have given me feedback as well, and I appreciate that. And I want to continue to do it. Is updated every Monday. So this is week 3 that I've been doing it. So today's what's oh, it's just turned Sunday. So in 24 hours, I should be having an updated playlist. I'm just gonna tell you guys what's the title of the playlist and what the description is, and then it's up to you guys if you guys want to listen or not. It's fine by me. It's there for the public, for anybody, and it's called "The Moods of Gilbert Season." It says playlist of Gilbert Season updated every week. The feelings, the moods, the changes. Tune in to the sound as I take you through this journey as we shift the culture. Enjoy. So that's that. And these are songs that I could either be inspired by at that particular moment, or a song that I could be like, damn, I remember that time period when this happened, or maybe new music, or different genres, or, different feels. Is a glimpse of taste buds or whatever. Is more for, it's left for interpretation. Interpret in different types of ways. And that's what I love about music. I feel like, damn, imagine this world without music. That should be wild. That shit definitely would be wild, but I'm glad for it. And we need that shit, especially through tough times. Especially through tough times. Let's see. I also want to talk briefly into some new music that I've heard in the last couple of weeks, and I'm taking some time to dissect it, evaluate it. Hmm. Let's see which one I go first with. All right, let's go with the weekend since he dropped first. The weekend dropped his anticipated album After Hours. It was 14 songs, and then the Lugs had 17 songs. Um, so I kind of had some high expectations for this album before it came out, and I feel like me listening to it from track number one all the way to the last song, I loved it. I feel like it met my expectations. Uh, that shit was fire, and I feel like, I don't know if everybody fucked with it, but the numbers reflect that a lot of people listen to it. So he sold 400 plus K first week. Um, the weekend took some time off for music after that EP that he dropped in 2017. But yeah, he dropped the singles and then he dropped the album, and I feel like Blindly Lights as a single, that shit was fire to me. It gives me that 80s vibe, that 80s disco era vibe. And I feel like it's a very pop album, but that's what I expected from, the weekend. And then I hear the song from top to bottom when it comes out, and I'm like, yo, this shit is mad cohesive. So I liked it. I like the wordplay. I like the production. Uh, I like the way it was composed. I honestly love the album. I don't find anything to say that, yo, this could have been better. I just loved it. Just loved it. Um, and I feel like it came at a good time too. And I'm glad he didn't push it back. He said, well, he did it for the fans. Like, yo, he feels like it was the right time to drop it. So he stuck to the date. And then my next review, Party Mobile, the highly anticipated album from Party Next Door that got pushed back twice, once in January and once in February. He dropped it in March. So of the first listen, I feel like Party Mobile was not it. I feel like it didn't meet my expectations, knowing from the hiatus that P&D took. What was it, 2018 maybe? His last project? and it was a couple, it was the EPs and shit. And it's like it was okay, but it wasn't like memorable. It's not like Party Next Door, the first project, and the P&D 2. You know what I mean? So those like the classics. I would say that he has, and a collection of songs here and there, but he hasn't dropped a high quality project from top to bottom in years. So I feel like I was expecting a lot, if anything, more than the weekend, only because the weekend I know what I'm getting from him, and he's always been consistent in terms of quality, even though every album and project is different. And I appreciate it because I seen the growth and the differences. But with Party, I'm gonna break this down. D. So Loyal, the song featuring Drake, was the lead single before the project came out. The song came out in like January. I feel like the song was cool. The song was nice. I feel like it's like a Caribbean summer type of vibe song. He dropped it in the winter, so it's kind of questionable why he dropped it now. But you know, that's just me. I try to look at artists from a different angle to understand maybe why or how. Okay. Um, I don't know. Then he dropped a video for it, and I'm like, damn, bro, you did really disappointed me, my nigga. He did a clay animation video, and I'm like, what the fuck is this, bro? Like a video like that, you could easily body, bro. Go to the islands, have some women with you. Maybe have Drake in the video. You'd even have Drake. Like, you gotta take advantage of resources, bro. That's your label mate. But whatever. That's the direction he wanted to go. Cool. Then he dropped the news too the same day. I liked it. It was a little throwback P&D vibes, and I think it was showing you. No, um, Split Decision was the other single, and then we didn't hear nothing else. And then he dropped the remix of Loyal, featuring Drake and Bad Bunny. In my opinion, I don't know about everybody else, but my opinion, I feel like the song wasn't executing with the remix. I feel like P&D and Drake both had a certain type of direction or flow or vibe with the record. Adding Bad Bunny, I'm thinking, yo, maybe he's gonna be just singing in Spanish melodic with the Caribbean type of influences, but nah, the boy was really just freestyling. So I'm like, it's not that the lyrics is bad, but I just feel like it doesn't fit with the theme of the song or that particular melodic tempo of the song. So that's my opinion on it. I'm really getting in depth with it. So back to me listening to it the first time, I'm like, nah, bro, this is not it, bro. What the fuck is this, P&D? Like, when niggas been waiting for good quality music, nigga, and this is what you drop, my nigga? Party Mobile? Let me take a sip for that before I get into the rest of the breakdown. One more. So then I heard it two more times from top to bottom. And then I was like, yo, low key, this shit not bad. Low key, this shit alright. This shit might be nice. It's not great, but it's cool. It's good. I could listen to it. And then I started hearing the cohesiveness, and then I heard Loyal in the album, like not just as a single. That shit sounded even better, like in the placement and the news. The song with Rihanna could have been better executed, like maybe have a verse from her. But Rihanna vocals is a blessing at this age. Like she don't really drop, so it was good to hear. Um, yeah, I think it's a good project, top to bottom. Not great, not the best, but it's a good bounce back from what he last dropped or whatever. I feel like my favorite song after listening to it entirely is "Showing You." For those that have heard it, to me that shit is fire. That shit has a different vibe. A flute, I love flute instruments like in hip hop or R&B genre. Like flutes is fire with some drums. That shit is fire. But yeah, looking back at it, I'm like, yo, this is not that bad. So I feel like it's just one of them projects where maybe on the first listen, you probably wasn't paying attention enough or whatever, and it just comes and goes. But you give it time. A lot of new music dropped too. The song "Ready" with Favi, Figure Foreign. I don't think it's that wavy. And the video, I don't think it's wavy. I feel like the snippet was fire, but hearing the song in entirety, I'm like, nah, nah. Like the 30 seconds is wavy, and that's it. Let's see. This is a song by the G4 Boys. I made a special cameo appearance. Check it out on YouTube, iTunes. It's called 419. Some of you guys know what that is. You know, the G4 Boys, the ones that did the local scammer, the song too as well. But this song is called 419. So check it out, guys. I like it. So cool people too. Let's see. Hmm. Nigga Drake dropped Tootsie Slide. Um, I mean, a lot of you guys know that I'm a Drake fan. I actually like fuck with a lot of things he's done. I don't think the song is horrible. I don't think it's fire. I don't think it's great. But me, again, I look at things from a different angle than the regular consumers of music. Um, I get why he did it from a marketing point of view. He tried to, affiliate the song with like TikTok and then have a dancer that came with it before the song came out. So like, fuck, let me drop it. I get it. I get it. He's a very calculated man. Facts. So I get it. It's cool. It's cool. Tory Lanez, he dropped the new Toronto 3, got out of his label situation. Still can't give an opinion on that because I haven't heard it in entirety, so I gotta hear that. Um, let's see what else. Frank Ocean dropped two songs. That shit is fire. Frank Ocean's vocals is elite. Nav, aka Navigation, dropped a song with Travis and Gunna. First listen, I was like, eh. So after that, I was like, okay, it's solid. Uh, yeah. So far, that's what I got. That I downloaded. That's new. Future dropped a song. Don't got an opinion on it yet. But yeah, guys, this is what I got so far. And I look forward to, keep working, keep grinding, keep delivering content. I know how important it is for myself and for other people to listen. Sometimes take a break from their regular lifestyles and have their minds be challenged or, have that thinking side of them clicking in or whatever. Pardon me. Yeah, we here and we'll be back soon. Take it easy. Take the right precautions in the situations. Have a clear sense of mind, direction, goals, passions. Be there for one another. Be there for one another. Support one another. Stay healthy. Hydrate. Eat right. And work on your mental. That's really important. And hopefully we come back as a human race and society stronger and better after this and a little more prepared. Because something like this could happen again, and you never know it can happen until it happens. Or and that you never think it could happen to you until that has happens to you, which I'm learning. But yeah, man, we taking it a day at a time. I lost track of the days. Like today, I thought it was Sunday. Like during the daytime, I thought it was Sunday and it was Saturday. And I'm like, wow, I lost track of the days. Like, what was the point of a calendar at this point? But it's been a pleasure to give you guys an update. Make sure to listen to this on SoundCloud at Gilbert Moda. Subscribe on YouTube at Gilbert Moda. And on my social media platforms, I provided a link called Linktree, which has access to my SoundCloud podcast, my Apple playlist, my YouTube link for my page, my backup IG podcast page. So with that being said, again, it's a pleasure. My name is Gilbert Moda, aka GilbertSzn, and you've been listening to the GilbertSzn Show, episode 26. There's no title for this one. It's just that it's a tribute for a lot of different things. And I'll see you guys next time. Jeez, wow.